All right, you guys, welcome back to the Big Up YuSelf Show. This is a space where we host a variety of guests who come on and share their inspirational stories of overcoming traumas or difficulties in life, and they share their gifts and talents and how they create successful lives even after coming out of difficulties in life. Now, Big up yourself. Big up yourself is a popular Jamaican greeting, and it means celebrate yourself, but it could also be interpreted as to make yourself seen or I see you. So, yeah, big up yourself. This is a space for you to do that. And we want you to come on and acknowledge your awesomeness, give yourselves credit for being a survivor, brag on your accomplishments, embrace your own originality, promote your projects or business, and improve self esteem. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And look, when you I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, right? And when you do, please turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when we upload another video or a live. Also, I'm giving you homework. I would ask that you leave a comment, like the video, and leave a juicy comment. Your likes and your comments, they do matter and they help us out a lot. So welcome once again to the Big Up Yourself Show. Thank you for joining me. And I am going to go ahead and bring on this week's guest. I am so excited to talk to her. Oh my gosh, it is Morgan Sanier from the Sanier Insurance Company. And I want to make sure that I'm getting her name correctly. But let me tell you, she's lost a whole lot of weight. And we want to know all the things. We want to know all the things that went down in the process of losing all that weight and owning your own insurance company. But first, let's get to your name. Welcome, my beautiful. Welcome. It's so good to see
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Oh, my goodness. So, how do you feel?
I feel really amazing. Like I feel really, really joyful. I use that word a lot.
I love that word, joyful. Now, okay, so one of the first things I ask my guests, right, is about their name because I want to know how they work their name, where their name came from, and all that. First of all, am I saying Sonier correctly?
It is. It is. It's from
Wow.
Louisiana. Yeah, it's
Okay.
from Louisiana and it's French. So yes, it's pronounced Sonia. It's correct. That's
All
correct.
right. Nice. So you're from Louisiana. Okay. So tell me, who named you? What was the story behind your name? Do you have any special connection with your name? All that kind of stuff.
So my mom had me nameless, to be honest.
Really?
Yes, I was born and my mom had me nameless. And so basically she was actually in the hospital and she was watching the Cosby Show. And there was a little girl that came that was featured on the show that was, I think, Rudy's friend that was named Morgan. And
Yeah.
so that's how she came and named me Morgan. But when I was born, I was nameless. And they had to tell her, they're like, you have to name your child. Like, you can't leave the hospital without naming your child. So she told me that. And then Iran, which is my middle name, is my grandmother's first name. So it's Morgan Iran Sonier.
You
So it's
mean Iran, like Iran, Iran?
no, it's Eranne. So yes,
Oh,
that was
that's
my grandma. I
pretty.
know that was my grandma's birth name. I said if I ever had a daughter, I would want her first name to be Iran because it's my grandmother's birth name, so it's legacy, it's history, and then I
Yes.
just feel like it sounds beautiful.
It does. I love that.
Mhm.
I love that. Okay. So you're strutting around in Morgan, Miss Morgan Sanier. That's
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
it. I love it. Now I am like so excited to talk to you and hear about your story. I I mean, I've heard some things about you, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, right? Because
Right.
I want to celebrate with you, and I want the viewers to get to know you. So now, one thing. we do with this show is we celebrate coming out of difficult times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we do share our inspirational stories. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would ask that you tell us about that difficulty or trauma that you overcame, because I imagine being 70 pounds heavier was
Mm-hmm.
difficult for you. Were you always overweight? Was there something that caused you to gain so much weight? What was
Mm-hmm.
it like, and what got you to the point where you decided it was time to shed the excess weight? When did it first begin?
So I actually grew up overweight. I've been a chubby child since I grew up. So ever since I was young, a child. But it was a blessing in my life where I had my parents that just they sewed into me like how beautiful I was, how amazing I was. So anyways, because of that, even though I was a chubby child growing up, I still felt like I still had this
You
confidence and
still,
so forth. Yes, because
wow.
yeah.
Were,
So it
were,
was
were other people in your family also overweight, or
yes, my
oh,
whole family, like my dad was overweight. So it's on my dad's side. So everyone on my dad's side is pretty much overweight and had weight issues and so forth. A lot of my family members went through like weight loss surgery and so forth.
okay.
So it was a little different for me because I grew up like that. Like I said, however, my parents always sold into how amazing I was. So it wasn't a factor of me growing up like, oh, I'm unhappy and I'm fat. So
Wow.
it wasn't until I became an adult where I started lacking a lot of, well, I'll say teenage years in high school where like I lacked a lot of like self-confidence, of course, and just didn't believe in myself. And I felt that that probably happened from like high school all throughout like my adult life. Now, where it probably, and I feel like it happened even like in my friendships and even in relationships because I was such a giver. Like I was like, okay, let me have them like me. Let me have them like me. Let me have them like.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was always like a giver. I was always the person where like, let me go above and beyond because, like I said, I lack confidence and I wanted people to like me. And I was like, maybe they don't like me because of how I looked, especially like with in dating men. So
Did, okay. Did anything happen in particular to make you feel like, okay, maybe I'm not enough in this body, so let me try and make people like me?
I have to be honest, I think it's like my relationships. Like my relationships were never positive. Like it was always feel like I was always the person that I went above and beyond. Like I did
Yeah.
everything and I was the giver. And I don't feel like the guys that I ever have been with, they genuinely liked me for me. And
Got
so
you.
unfortunately it put me in a place of not understanding like my worth and how I felt and what I needed. So it dawned so where it clicked, where it changed was about 3 years ago. I was in a very rough relationship and my best friend and my mom and everybody was like, hey, you need therapy. So I decided to go to a therapist. And that's where it dawned on me that like the first thing, that's why I always talk about being joyful. My
Yeah.
therapist asked me, she said, are you joyful? And I was like, no. Oh, I
Mm,
don't know. I told her, I said, I don't know what joyful is.
yeah.
It was, and she said, are you happy? Like, do you have true pure happiness? And because joyful is like an inner emotion, happiness is like an outer type of feeling. And so
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's unpack that a little bit, because I've never thought of happiness and joy as two different things.
oh yeah, it's definitely like if you Google it, like joyful is like an inner feeling, happiness is like an outer expression.
Oh, so
Mhm.
your happiness is an outer expression of the
So
joy
you're joy,
that you feel
exactly. So when people
inside.
say I'm joyful, it's because of like when they say I'm joyful in pure happiness, it's because like it's that joyful will show happiness. So
Got
joyful, like
it.
yeah. So my my therapist had asked me the first time we had talked, she said, "Am I joyful? Am I happy?" And I was like, "Isn't the same thing? Explain to me how that works." And I told her, I said no, and she said, "Well, that's the first thing you need to find." You being joyful, and you need to find yourself in being in showing that happiness, like having that outer expression. So she
That's
had
a
me
good
do a bunch.
therapist.
I know she
Good
had me do a
therapist
lot
is
of homework.
very
I
good
tell people all
mind.
the time, like therapy saved me. Like I said
Yes.
all the time, God and therapy equal
Yes.
healing. Like it definitely saved me in finding who Morgan is, what makes Morgan happy, what my purpose is, and so which got me to where I'm here now. So moving on. So she said she gave me homework. She made me journal.
Yes.
She made me start reading. She made me start writing things down that will bring me joy and that will bring me into a place of like what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
So once I started doing that, I was like, okay, I like walking. So I'm like, let me, start walking when I'm like triggered or when something makes me unhappy. Let me start, walking, which put me in a place of now where I joined a run club a couple of months ago. And I tell people all the time, my run club like saved me because
you joined a run club.
Yes, it's an all Black run club. It's predominantly Black. And it was started about 2-3 years ago. And basically, it basically saved my life. Like they hold you accountable. I'm around people that are in the same, even though they might be advanced or medium or beginner like me, they're all here for, we want you to be healthy. We want you to be happy and stuff like that. Because I've always enjoyed walking, but being a part of a run club, they hold you accountable and it gives you just more of like a push of being more inspired to do better.
I love the sound of that. Now, are you still in Louisiana?
No, I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, that's right. Now, so the run club is in Dallas. Is it elsewhere in the country?
It's in Houston and in Dallas.
Girl, let me make notes.
Yes.
The run club in Houston, baby.
I know. It's called ZFT Run Club.
What is it?
ZFT, Z as in zebra, F as in Frank, T as in Tom, Run Club. You can see them and you can put them on ZFT Houston, like ZFT Run Club Houston, and then ZFT Run Club Dallas.
Oh my gosh. I know my Houstonians are going to love this information. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
So, all right. So wait, okay. So we started with the therapist and you started walking first. Now, did you start losing weight just walking?
Yes. So I did start losing weight just walking, but then I tell people all the time, because I live by this saying, I post it everywhere. I say God plus discipline plus determination equals results. And I live by that. Like literally, I live by that. So I told myself in order for me to get to where I wanted to be with my business, with myself, and with my faith, I had to become disciplined. So on the weight loss side, I had to become disciplined in a way of I can't have cheat days. Like I have to really understand what goes in my body. I have to really understand what's good for my body and what's not. I have to really go ahead.
I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
Point where I want to get to the process of getting you to that point. Okay. So you're walking and now did you in therapy say, okay, I'm not happy because I'm overweight and I think that losing weight is going to make me feel better about myself?
Yes, that's exactly what we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that got you onto walking, and then then you moved on to
on the eating side. So basically, I met with my doctor and I asked her basically what I need to do because like, nutrition is about 80% of your weight loss. Working out is probably like 20%. So I asked my doctor what I need to be eating, do I need to start meal prepping? So I started meal prepping. I started doing like meatless days where I just eat like vegetables and fruits and so forth. And then I started like just researching, like I spent hours of researching like what's good for my body, what I need to put in my body, like food wise, nutrition wise. And so I took a lot of time on that side and even on the workout side. So even me walking and then incorporating like the gym and so forth, I wanted to know what can be safe on my body that I can work out, full body workouts with like machines and so forth that I won't injure myself.
Yeah.
So that actually put in perspective of doing the food and then also on the workout side.
Girl, so when you saw yourself lose the first 5-10 pounds, what did that feel like?
I was doing a happy dance. At that point when I would go to my doctor and like they would tell me, girl, you didn't lose weight and this and that, I would get so excited and geeked up. And then my mom is like my biggest like cheerleader, my biggest supporter. So she'll be like, how many pounds you down? How many pounds you down? And so it was like real to the point of seeing results like week after week or month after month.
Oh my goodness.
So exciting.
Oh my goodness. Can't we have a Big Up Yourself drink?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Now I'm pouring water from a champagne bottle in a champagne flute. But girl, I want to big you up for the discipline. The discipline. That's what tricks a lot of us. I know.
I tell people that all the time. When it comes to like your business, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, probably more than music. And so yes. I hear a lot of these on the business side, since I'm a full-time entrepreneur, they talk about discipline. And I really feel people have to really put in their mindset of how important discipline is and how hard it can be when you first starting. Because discipline it's going to get you to your next level, and people stop and they go and stop and they go. So like in my weight loss journey, that had happened to me. Like I would stop and then I would go, but then I had to continue, like put myself in a mindset of being disciplined, because you can't get to the next level if you're not consistent in your in being disciplined.
Oh my gosh, that is something that eludes so many of us. I know that is something that I myself struggle with. I also struggle with my weight, and I know part of the reason is because I do not have the discipline. But you know what I admire about you? You took your problem to some professionals to get help. You said, I'm going to a therapist and I'm going to a doctor. See, I haven't come to that point yet where I go to a doctor and have a doctor assess me and help me figure out what is healthy for my body. Okay. So you did those things and you are on a journey and you're losing the weight and you're amped up now. And I mean, it's falling off and you start looking good in your clothes. By the way, let me show people what you looked like before. You were up to a size
24, 26.
24. Yeah, that's Morgan at size 24. And you were a size what in the picture on the right?
I think I was like a size 24, 26. And on the right, oh, this is like a couple of weeks ago. That's a size 18.
Wow. From 24 to 18?
Yes.
That's super amazing. And I see you on social media. Oh my gosh, I love this dress. I love you in this dress. Oh, that's another question I wanted to ask you. Where are you getting your clothes from? Because like,
oh my gosh, everybody asked me that. Okay, so I'm big on like plus size, like small boutique stores. Yes. So I shop at like on my small boutique stores. I go to Reb Dolls, which is REBDOLLS. Then I have Boutique 115, which is like a local boutique store. Cutely Covered, which is another store. There's a store out here that's in Dallas, and it's called All Things Plus. It's like local boutique stores. And then I shop at PLT, which is a nationwide store. It's called Pretty Little Thing, which has a curve section, and then Fashion Nova curve. So yeah, I'm big on clothes.
I love it, girl. I just took so many notes. I know people are going to love all that information. Oh my gosh. Let me get back to you here. All right. Okay. So, okay. Now where were we? So we got to the part where you went to the doctor, you're losing the weight. Okay. Now let's talk about the Run Club.
Yes.
So the Run Club, how did you find them?
I found them. So I had friends that are part of the Run Club in Dallas. And I was just like, oh, you know, to be honest, I was like, I don't want to join a Run Club because basically you have all these experienced runners. And so it was going to be I felt a little bit maybe insecure about joining. But then when I joined, they were very just motivating, and they were just very open. And then basically now I'm actually on my third 5K and completing my third 5K race. And so, and I joined them in May, I think April, May. And so when I joined them, they were just very welcoming, very loving. And it just gave me the more push of like, okay, I want to hit goals, because you see these, you know, these young men and women in the Run Club that what they do is they do marathons and half marathons and 10Ks and 5Ks. And I'm like, I want to get there. So eventually, like I said, I'll do my next 10K probably like in 2024. But right now, I just want to get myself in a place of doing 5 to 6 5Ks and then go from there.
So when do you guys you get together and do these runs?
No,
When do
yeah,
you?
they have like, so we meet Wednesday, Saturdays, and Sundays. And then
3 times
also,
a week.
and then
Okay.
when they have like these big races, like, the races that you see, like Boston Marathon, and
Yeah.
so they have these races all over the city. And basically that's where we joined, and we do, we race. And so,
You actually race. You don't just run. You're
no,
racing.
yeah, we're racing. Like, you have thousands of people in this race, and then they give you a number and so forth. And yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine your first one. You were like,
I cried. Like, I cried in my first one. I cried in my second one. I think nobody saw though, but I constantly, it brings joy to my heart. Like I said, when I've accomplished a goal, and like I said, walking and jogging and running has always been like my peace. Like, I'd rather walk than go to the gym. But so
Yes.
finding a run club where I can actually train my body to do these races is just a very blessed, situation to be in. Like, I get excited when I like go running or so forth.
So do you guys do special trainings in this run club?
Like, they have like a special where they do, they have like a training schedule where they tell you, like, on Monday do this, Tuesday do that, Sunday is your recovery day where you like, do yoga and so forth. So they do have certain days where it's a calendar where we're training our bodies to make sure that we can prepare ourselves for these races.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. The run club, a run club. That's amazing. Now, did we mention how much weight you've lost so far? 70 pounds is a lot. I mean, that was my goal at one point, 70 pounds. And
So since we talk, it's 70, but when I got on the scale yesterday, it's 80. So I'm planning. Thank you.
big up yourself. Big up yourself, sir. Big up.
So I'm planning to do like 100-pound weight loss photo shoot. I have like my mind of how I want to do it. And how, like, my mindset of how I want to do it, because losing 100 pounds like naturally without weight loss surgery and stuff is a lot. Like, it took a lot of mental space. It took a lot of discipline. It took a lot of crying. It took a lot of time, effort, money to get to that point. And so, and then, like I said, plus working as a full-time entrepreneur. So it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to be in that place, in that space of like, you have all these obligations. But like I tell people, I had to put myself first. Like, I had to put my faith first.
Put yourself first.
Yeah. I had to put my faith first, and then I had to put myself first in order for me to get to where I'm at in my health.
Got it. Now, what is your end goal?
So my end goal is I want to lose 150.
150.
So I want to get to size 12, and then I just want to maintain like muscle and stuff like that.
That's what I want to do too. Size 12. That's where I want to get to size 12. All right. Now, okay, one of the issues I have with the way that I eat is anxiety. I think like I'm an emotional eater, anxiety eater.
Yes.
So I kind of that's one of the things that is a roadblock for me, because I get anxious and then I want to eat, or if I don't eat for a while, I get those anxiety pangs. Did you have issues with that? And how
I was an emotional eater. So my therapist walked me through that one. So like I tell people, therapy has definitely saved my life, because as an emotional eater, my therapist will tell me, instead of like eating and when you're like triggered, or say you're have anxiety, or say you're going through something, try going walking, or try going to like getting a massage, or doing something that's productive that is not surrounded by food. Especially when like you're an emotional eater, and when you're an overeater. Like me, I was an emotional eater, and then I will overeat. And so now, mind you, I get moments where I'm going through stuff, and I have to like put myself in a mindset like, okay, Morgan, like, how are we going to get you back to that place? So I have to be in a place of like, let me go walking. Let me go get my nails done. Let me go get my feet done. Let me go get a massage. Let me go do something other than trying to just eat. And so, right. So that's really what happened. But mind you, going back to the discipline part, when I think about it, in my being in my mental and my discipline, I'm like, I don't want to overeat because I'm on a goal. Like I want to hit a goal, or I'm on a journey. So because I'm in that place of being disciplined, it's hard for me to overeat now and emotional eat
Wow.
no matter what I'm going through, because my discipline supersedes all of that.
Supersedes all of that. Now, also, the discipline comes with when you realize how much you love yourself.
Yes.
You
So,
love yourself enough.
so that came, to be honest, that came from faith. So when I started, so I grew up Catholic, so I've always been spiritual, religious, however people put it. I always loved God, always loved Jesus. That's how I grew up. So when I got with my therapist, she told me that I need to be in a place where I need to really be disciplined in my faith. So, I mean, she gave me like things to do. When I say I had homework, like she'll be like, hey, every day spend like 15, 20 minutes just with God. Spend, 15, 20 minutes journaling. Spend like 15 minutes in just silence, just talking to yourself and like telling yourself, hey, sending yourself affirmations. So in the beginning, before even the weight loss journey, what I would do is I would like Google, because I read the Bible, but I needed to be better at it. I
Yeah.
Googled like books about strength, books about discipline, books about like healing, books about encouragement. And so
Yeah.
I started with Psalms, then went to like Corinthians, then went to Romans. And so basically I just didn't start from like page 1 of the Bible. I
Yeah.
literally Googled what would help me in my journey that I'm in now. And then I would start reading every day to get me there. And so
Yeah.
that really helped me with a lot of discipline, because I was like, every day I prayed, I was like, I still do that now. God, give me the strength to be disciplined. God, give me the strength to be healed, to let go of anything, to forgive myself. That was a big one.
Yes.
I prayed every day, God, forgive myself on anything that I've done in the past that made me not love myself.
Yes.
So I
Wow.
still do that, like, because people tend to like hold on to like what happened to them in the past and what
Yes.
they did and like how they
Yes.
acted or so forth. Um, and they don't understand that you have to forgive yourself in order to be a better individual.
Yes.
And so that's basically where I started from. And I tell God every day, like, give me the strength to just be the best version of me, the best
Yeah.
version of Morgan. And that helped me like find my purpose and be that place of weight loss, to build my business, to get my business where it's at, and now to like help and inspire other women.
Oh my gosh. And yes, you are inspiring us,
Thank
because let me
you.
tell you something. When I see your Instagram pictures and I see the self-love, you
Thank
exude
you.
self-love, and that is so inspiring, and that is so missing from a lot of us walking around not feeling good about themselves. Now, so you took all of this power and you are building a major insurance
Yeah.
agency. How did you get started with insurance in the first place?
So I was actually supposed to get started like when I was 21 years old. I'm 35 now, but I have a lot of family members that are like multimillionaires in the insurance world. And so I watched them like build their business and see them become really great insurance agency owners. So at 21, I just was probably hard headed and I should have joined at 21. But before my dad died, he died in 2017. He was like, look, I really think you need to start your own business. I feel you'll be great in insurance. And then like a day later, he passed away. Like we
Oh
talked about that.
my.
Yes.
How
So
could you not believe that?
I know. So I went to my mom and I told her, hey, look, I want to open up an insurance agency. I had a mentor. And then so I was given the opportunity to go work under a phenomenal agency owner. And then 3 years later, I was able to open up my own agency. So I've been an agency owner for 3 years now. So total, I've been in insurance for about like 7 years, 6 or 7 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
How does a person go? How do you start your own insurance agency?
So they have a program where you become like a protege, where you like intern. And see, that's my purpose. Like in my journey in the last year or so, I realized what my purpose was in my insurance agency, because in insurance, if you Google the average person to start an insurance agency is a man, and he's over 40 or 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so with
Mm-hmm.
my company, they started a program where you can work under an agency owner for a year. And then after a year, they help you. We have a credit union, so they help you with the financing and so forth to get you up and running. And then they also help you, yes, they also help you in becoming like on the business side on how to become an agency owner. So my goal and my purpose is I want to bring women, young women of all races, into this insurancey world. And basically that's why I always say I run a woman-owned, women-ran agency, because I do only hire women, only because I feel like as women, I want to give us the opportunity to become an insurance agency owner, because there's not a lot of us. When we go to conferences and so forth, it's not a lot of us. We're not looking at each other. And so I feel as if for me, my purpose is to do that, is to bring a lot of women into the insurance world that will love it, be passionate about it, and then they can open up their own and have their own insurance agency.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you are already hiring
Yes.
agents under you?
Yes. So I have a staff and everything like that. And then by the time, my goal is by the time of 2024 that I have like a staff of like 10 women, and then just building from there.
That is amazing. So you bring them on and you train them
to become agency owners.
Oh my goodness. And then you train them as to how to open up their own agency.
Correct.
Now you bring on people without experience?
Yes. So I tell them anybody that's hungry, that knows how to hustle, and that wants to, that has either had sales experience, we can help you get licensed and so forth. But my thing is, like, you have to be hungry and you have to be driven.
Yes.
Like, you have to be driven, because it's a sales job. Like in insurance, it's a sales job. We're constantly hunting. Like, it's not a giver. It's not a gathering type of business. We're hunters. We have to go out and like get the business, sell, and work hard every day to make sure that we have money in our pocket. If we don't sell, we don't eat.
Okay. Now, what insurance do you do? Auto and home? And
we do auto, home, life, and then commercial or business insurance. And then basically in about a couple of months, we're going to start doing health insurance.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that part, because isn't health insurance hard in Texas?
Yes, it is. And expensive. It's hard. I mean, it's good for us to make money on it, but it's expensive.
I was gonna ask you, okay, so we asked if you do you work with people outside of the Dallas area?
No, because we have to do training in my office and so forth. So it's an in-office job. Now, if you're like an independent contractor, say you want to sell for my insurance agency, but you're independent, then yes, you can work whatever schedule, but you still have to come into the office a couple of days a week for us to train and to go over certain things that are changing in the market, or to talk about numbers or so forth.
Okay, so those things can be done remotely. Those trainings, they can't be done remotely.
No.
Oh, okay. Gotta come in. You hear that, people in the Dallas metropolitan area? Look up Morgan Sanier Insurance Agency if you are interested in becoming an insurance professional. She will help you get trained and help you start your own insurance company. Wow, that is super amazing. So right now, I know that you're on your way to a couple $1 million in.
Yes.
I just can't even. Another skip. Big up yourself. Big up. That is just amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh my God. I am super inspired.
Thank you.
I'm super. Listen, now, oh my God. This is just so good. It is so good. It's like food to my soul. It's just like me recognizing the possibilities that are out there if you're willing to work.
I tell people all the time, I say insurance is not easy, but it's a fun, like if you're a people person and you're hungry and you hustle, it's a great career to have. If you Google, like I said, I'm a Googler. If you Google like the top to become a millionaire, the first is financial insurance, like agency owner. Like that's literally how to become a millionaire. The second is IT. So the first one, yes, the first one to become a millionaire is literally insurance agency, financial. If you want to become like series 6, 65, 63, and then the second is literally IT. So it's like a best kept secret. It's very, a lot of people, they think like it's because we don't talk about it. But if you meet a lot of insurance agency owners, they got into this business because they know that they can make money in it, but you do have to work hard.
You do have to work hard. Yeah, you gotta hunt and hustle. So speaking of which, now you attend a lot of
Networking events.
networking events. Yeah. So that way you meet a lot of new potential customers that way.
So that didn't start until after the weight loss. So I'm gonna be very transparent on that one. So
Yes.
I would spend like 3,000 to 5,000 like internet leads, which people like paying on to go online and they want an insurance quote and so forth. And so I was seeing that I was spending a lot of money on that side, and I was getting results, but not the results that I wanted. I always knew I was outgoing and a people person, but I didn't have the confidence. And so I had a friend of mine that was like, hey, I need you to get out there. I need you to go network and so forth. And I was like, man. So then I was like, well, let me just go to a couple of events and so forth. Now I'm at a point where like people call me like the networking queen because I'm constantly, but I knew like I said, in my purpose, I was like, I want to show up for women. I want to show up and help women. I want to support women. And I want to show them that like, look, I'm here for you, because I've talked to a lot of, and you probably have talked to a lot of too. I've talked to a lot of women, full-time entrepreneurs, and they don't have the circle that they are wanting, especially on the entrepreneur side. Mm-hmm. So to show up for them and to definitely be in a place of like helping them and loving on them and supporting them has definitely been like, you know, joy to my heart, because it helps us in bridging together. So in doing networking events now, yes, it does bring, it's a lot of fun. You get tiresome, but it's definitely helped in like, hey, I need some insurance. Hey, I have an insurance agency owner, stuff like that.
Wow. But okay. So even if you can't recruit outside of Dallas, you can serve people outside of Dallas. For example,
we serve everybody in Texas.
Everywhere in Texas. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, if you're looking for a dynamic insurance agent who'll be,
but I do have, since I network so much, I do have agency owners all across the state that they are definitely hiring too, and definitely can help you. So if you were in Houston, I know an agent. If you're in Austin, I know an agent. If you're in San Antonio, I know an agent. So I do definitely network a lot in that arena too, where I know a lot of agency owners that are constantly like looking for people.
I want to ask you, why did you choose farmers?
So I chose farmers because literally I went to my district manager, and if he ever heard this, he'll probably laugh. Because I give my district manager a lot of slack. I mean, I give him a lot of like, I give him a hard time. But I went to my district manager and I talked to a lot of people and people that were farmers agents. I started with State Farm. And so I looked on the independent side. And when I went to my district manager, in my spirit and in my heart, I felt it was right. And I was like, and to be honest, I'm gonna be a little transparent. He was a white man. And so he told me, he was like, he didn't see color. He just saw me as me being successful. And that's something that I wanted to hear, because like I said in the beginning, the average of farmers is an average white man. And so in this industry, so to hear him say that and really be supportive of me being, you know, this Black woman that wants to open up an agency, that he's going to support me and stick beside me, as people say, I felt very appreciative of that. And so that's what made me go into, you know, farmers and join his district. So we're still in insurance agency owners, but we do have a district that's like a liaison. And so he definitely was the pusher in me like joining farmers in that side.
Got it. Wow. My goodness. That's a lot, girl. You have so much energy too. I'm like, where does she find time to do all these things?
Everybody said that, like, you wake up at 5 a.m., you go work out, then you go running, and then you work all day and train people, and then you go to networking events in the evening. Yes, my days are very long. But see, I don't have any kids. That's another thing. But yeah, I start at 5 a.m. and probably end around 8 or 9, 10 o'clock.
Full days every day.
Yes.
Morgan Sanye, what a blessing it was to have you with us today.
No, thank you so much. And I'm get to see you next week, right? For Shannon.
Oh, absolutely. Oh
my gosh, I got to give you a big hug. I'm going to give you a big hug, girl. I'm so blessed to have met you.
Yes. I'll take a big hug. All right. So we're getting ready to close. And I wanted to ask you one thing, right? And you probably already answered this. But what is a thing that you want to big up yourself for in this moment? That you want to take credit for, you want to celebrate yourself for?
I want to celebrate myself. I might start crying. I want to celebrate myself for finding joy within myself. Like finding like true peace and happiness. Like I'm at a place where I go through a lot. Like I go through a lot. Like I just lost one of my good friends. She died at 35 about a week ago. We buried her on Friday. And so, but throughout that all, like whatever I'm going through, I'm still joyful. And it took a lot to get there. And that's what I just encourage a lot of men and women is you have to find joy, because like when people say they're depressed, I don't ever want to use depression in my life.
Right.
I just want to be joyful. I know we go through stuff, but I want to be joyful. And that's what I live every day. So like I'm excited for me that I've put in the work and I've done what I have to do, like still go to therapy, still, be in my word, still do what I have to do, still be disciplined in my faith, still be disciplined in my weight loss, still be disciplined in myself, to just be joyful and wake up and say, Morgan, you got this. And you're a phenomenal freaking woman. And like, that takes a lot. And so I'm very blessed and excited that I can do that. Even no matter what I have on my plate, I'm still going to be joyful on a daily basis.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And that's how I live too, Morgan. I live in that joy. I choose to be joyful.
Yes, choose. I love that. Choose to be joyful. Yes.
Yeah. I reject stress. I reject depression.
Yes. I love all of that. Yes.
I stay positive. Even when the thoughts come, I shoo them away and I replace them with positive thoughts. What a blessing you are. What a blessing.
You're definitely a blessing also.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us today. I know you have inspired quite a few people, and I just wish you the best. I want you to continue on your journey, and I know you're going to get to where you are. Girl, I'm going to follow you all the way down to size 12.
Right? Thank you.
All the way down to size 12. I'll be following and cheering you on.
Thank you so much.
Sonia, thank you for honoring the Big Up YuSelf show.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate you.
You're welcome. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like and leave juicy comments for Morgan. I will pass them on to her. And this is her IG handle right here. She is the Creole insurance queen. Creole because she's from Louisiana. Right.
Yes.
All right, Morgan. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Thank you, and see you next week.
I will. I'll see you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. And stay on just for a second.
Okay.
You did a good job.